Today marks 1129 days sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. My hope that these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday I shared basics of the future, basics. And today I want to focus more on a deeper level understanding of the future. And maybe even tomorrow we will go in even deeper because future is such a massive topic. You can write hundreds of books about it. And really we need to understand how to use our future for our own benefit. Because if you do not understand your future, it's very, very hard to really execute on your present in a most effective way. That's why it's very, very important to understand your future better. So today we'll share, again, 10 elements of the future. So number one, the interplay of the choice and house. So understanding that your future will be dictated by all the choices you make today. All the choices you make today will dictate what kind of future we'll get. My mom taught early on how important is really making those choices, understanding the future, and how this choice will dictate where you are going in the future. I think that was a really amazing lesson from my mom, because when I used to say, hey, should I do this one or should I do this one? And which choice should I take? And my mom would ask, okay, if you take this action, what do you feel where that will lead you? And if you take this action, what do you think that will lead you to as well? So which one do you prefer? And when you understand that, you're able to really extrapolate that choice, that action to the future, it's much easier to make a decision because now potentially you know where that will lead to. And as you are able to make better choices. But at the same time, when you really take those choices, we need to embrace house. Embrace house. That means even though that you made a choice that you believe that that's where it will lead to, in life there's so much house, internal house, external house, and because of that choice might not lead where you want to go. And we need to embrace that. And we need to adjust that. We need to pivot. We need to find a way how we can really make a new choice that could lead where we want to go. And again, we understand that there will be house. There will be some disappointment. There will be a lot of things going on that will really make our future more unpredictable. Number two, and this is very, very important, the compound effect of habits. Even I could highly recommend the book Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. It's truly one of the essential books, one of the beginning foundational books to understand that all the habits that you do every single day will lead somewhere. And the biggest part probably of the book is that small actions brings big impact. Small actions repeated long time brings big impact. So small insignificant actions repeated every single day really leads to extraordinary results over a long time period. So I highly recommend to read that book. But we need to understand that your habits a lot of times is dictated by your identity. So a lot of times people, and including us, like everyone wants to truly include some habits, like healthy habits in our lifestyle. But it's very hard to really do those habits if your identity says something else. The easiest example is with weight. If your identity is as a fat person, it's very hard to do the behaviors that a fit person does. So that means that we're able to do two ways. We're able to really change behavior, and that behavior will potentially change belief about ourselves and change identity. That is a hard way. And sometimes the easier way is just really changing our identity, being able to find a way how you're able to change identity. And that identity will change our behavior, because very, very hard is to be inconsistent with your behavior, with your identity. Number three is the power of narrative. What they mean by that is that the stories that you tell. Stories are the most powerful thing in life. You learn from stories, you improve, you connect, you remember. So the stories that you tell will dictate how much you're able to improve. Because if you tell the story to yourself that you are not capable, you will not do anything. But if you're telling the story that you are able to achieve great things, that means that you are able to change. So that means, what are the story? What is the story of the past? What is the story of the present? What is the story of the future? What kind of story do you tell about yourself? And then living that story. Living that story to the best. Because the character level choose for yourself in that story will dictate how fulfilled you are. Do you like the story that you're writing? And if you do not like the story that you're writing, if you would read your life, would you be enjoyed, or you would be like, you will not like to read that book because it's so boring and mundane? I think that we need to sometimes be saying that better difficulty but fulfillment rather than comfort and boring life. Number 4 is the role of time perspective. This is very, very important and very interesting, and probably the best lesson about time perspective I learned from Ed Mylett. And the one thing that he said that he loved is pacing. Pacing. How fast do you run? I'm a runner, so pace for me is very important as well. And I know that when you know that there is only a couple hundred meters left, I know that I'm able to gather all my energy and use that pace and increase my pace. Even if I'm tired, I'm able to pace myself and finish very, very strong last couple hundred meters. But if I know that there's like a couple kilometers, maybe 5 kilometers left, I take my pace slowly just to make sure that I don't run too fast. Exactly as with life. If you feel that the finish line of your goal, of your result, is only a couple hundred meters away, you will push very hard to achieve that. But if you think that it's far, far away, you will pace yourself and will not put too much energy. And what MLS says is that you are much, much closer than you think. And we pace ourselves incorrectly because we believe that our goal and our result is a little bit farther away. And again, this is a time. This is a lot of time included. And of course, we need to understand that we need to have balanced perspective. We need to have obsessions. I believe obsessions. I believe in hard work. I believe in insanely hard work. But at the same time, sometimes there are seasons of life, seasons how much time we allocate. Because at the end of the day, we understand it is a long game, but we still need to put effort into using the time the most efficiently. Number 5 is the inevitably, change. Change is not in control. That means you're not able to control change. That means if change will come, you want it or not. It's automatic. Change is automatic. Change is constant. And I think that we're supposed to be able to use that for our benefit. Because if you want to keep the current position as it is, you will fail all the time. But if you know that, okay, this is changing, how I could really adjust myself, how I could really take advantage of this change to benefit myself. At the same time, but because of constant change, we need to understand that we are changing as well, our identity changing as well. And we need to really embrace that change, embrace and really be happy about it. We're changing, we're evolving, transforming in someone else that we've never been before. And I think that it's a very powerful lesson is that we potentially could even think that 5 years ago we were stupid, because how much we grew allowed us to understand that all the things that we used to believe doesn't make sense anymore. And we should be supposed to be proud of it because we think differently. We are able to understand more things. Number 6 is the interconnectedness of the futures. So that means that your future is interconnected with other people. You want it or not. You said that I don't have any close family members. It's still like there's a lot of strangers, acquaintances that will be dictated, will be influenced by your future. And other people's futures will influence your future. And sometimes there's a little bit of luck included. I know that there's 5-10% of your life is included with luck, because other people's futures will influence your future as well. And that's all makes sense. But we need to understand that I think that when you understand that your future will dictate other people's futures and you actually pursue big things and achieve big things, it means that all the people around you will get the benefit out of that as well. And when you really understand that, when you grasp that idea that your effort, your sacrifice, your achievements will make other people's lives better, I think it's much, much easier to persevere and make things happen. So that means rather than compete in life, I think that we need to understand that we need to learn how to collaborate, because I truly believe that future will be more beautiful when we actually compete with collaboration, because we're able to really collaborate and grow together at the same time compete to each other just to make sure that in a healthy way. Number 7 is the role of meaning. The role of meaning. I think this is very, very powerful. The purpose beyond goals. So what do I mean by that? That means that you have a goal, you potentially have a vision. So that I want to achieve this. I think that's where the missing piece sometimes is in the future. We have a goal. I want to achieve this. I want to buy a car. I want to buy a yacht. I want to make $1 million. I want to buy a house for someone. Like, I don't know what, like any kind of goal, any kind of vision. And the missing piece is like, why is that important? Why is that important? And then how important it is. When you ask those questions and answer those questions, you understand there is meaning, and you understand that okay, when I will achieve it, this is very fulfilling. Because you said, like, why is that important? You have no idea why it's important. It's very hard to really maintain habits when you don't know why things are important. So it's very, very important. What is the reason behind you wanting to achieve that goal? And then how important it is will dictate how well you will deal with setbacks and disappointments. Because when you know how important, like it's extraordinarily important, you will be persevering everything. And it will go through setbacks, disappointments, storms, chaos, and it will be fulfilled because you know that you are going to the right direction. Number 8 is investing into your future self. That means of visualizing yourself, being able to get familiarized with your future self. It's very powerful that you're able to visualize and get familiarized with yourself. Really connect with you, understand yourself, understand your future you. That means that you have almost a relationship with your future self. You have potentially even conversations with your future self. And you ask questions. Like, when you visualize yourself, again, you ask, like, what did you do to achieve your success? I think that's very powerful. I don't remember from whom I'm learning, but it's a very powerful tool to be able to ask advice, ask mentorship from your future self. But if you want to do that, we need to understand that we need to act kindly for our future self. So what it means is that you're able to ask multiple things. Do you act kindly regarding the future self with your finances, with your health? Because you're able to invest in your health for your future self. You're able to save money for your future self. Or your present you is destroying future self's health? Maybe current you is destroying future self's financial stability. What current you is doing for your future you? I think that we need to be very, very kind about future selves. Number 9, courage and risk. Future is always about courage and risk. The more beautiful future that you want to have, the more courage and risk most likely will need to implement in your life. And there's 2 parts. I always used to believe that you need to have a lot of courage to really persevere and make things happen. And this is very, very important. And it's very, very important to develop that courage, because courage is the skill set. But I learned that when you actually understand where the fears is coming from, sometimes you don't need to fight the fears, but you're able to understand that some fears disappears when you are aware where they're coming from. So rather than focusing just on courage, we're able to focus on fear as well. Because fear of judgment is coming from inner insecurities. When you deal with those insecurities, fear of judgment disappears. So rather than fighting and building that courage, maybe we're able to understand there is a lot of things that we're able to really develop inside it, that all those fears are getting smaller as well. So fear and courage, and of course that means that we need to really bold actions towards our future. And of bold actions, what lead to? Bold actions lead to mistakes. Bold actions lead to failures. But that means that you're able to fail it forward. And as John C. Maxwell write a book, even I highly recommend, Failing Forward. Understanding that when you fail forward, you're still moving forward. And every single time you fail forward, you learn a lot of things and get better and you move forward. And the last thing that I want to mention about the future is the art of letting go. There's releasing control. I think that we really need to feel that you need to have full control of our future results. But we don't have full control of future results. We have full control of our actions, responses, but we do not have full control of the results, because external things is controlling results. So when you are doing everything in your power that you can to achieve the future, That means that you need to have fulfillment, joy, bliss, gratefulness, appreciation, all those amazing things. But we do not need that control. But at the same time, by letting go, I think that there's a sign that we need to let go of control, but we need to still letting go of the past. Because I think that when we think too much about the past and we're not able to really forget about the mistakes that we did and not able to learn from it, sometimes that will stop us from really taking action that could lead to similar mistakes. So when we're able to actually let go of control and of the past, we're finally able to really release ourselves full speed to the future. Future is a very interesting topic, and I hope that you reflect as well. Like, how much time do you spend on visualizing the future, get familiarized with the future, and how much you actually taking actions today? How much you take actions today based on your visualization, based on your plan for the future, because that will lead to success. So I hope you choose win, and see you tomorrow.